Let's take a look at some of these basic geometric shapes. Squares, rectangles, circles, ovals, triangles, shapes that I can identify and know their names. Now we're going to go ahead and begin with the end in mind, getting started working on our own geometric shaped robot. Let's go ahead and get started. The very first thing I want you to do is take some of these scrap pieces of construction paper and start drawing on some of those geometric shapes that you would like to use to create your robot. Half circles or semicircles, triangles, diamonds, rectangles, squares, circles. The ideas are endless. Once you've drawn out some of your geometric shapes, take a moment and cut those out and start to arrange them where you want onto your black piece of construction paper. I went ahead and I sped this video up just a little bit so that we can see some more geometric shapes getting cut, getting glued, and placed in shape. Now, you can either use a glue stick or a glue bottle. When you start gluing on your pieces onto your project, sometimes the glue can come out very quickly. So a dot dot is a lot. If you're using regular glue, please only put a small amount of glue onto your paper so that it's not oozing out the side and wasting a lot of the glue. Again, I'm just having fun starting out with some geometric shapes, and you do what works best for you if you want to put the glue on your construction paper or onto your background. Just keep in mind that the glue comes out really quickly and very fast, so a little bit can go a long way. Now, once I started taking my geometric shapes and creating my robot, I noticed I still had some glue oozing out the sides. So I took a towel and dabbed off the extra glue so that it would dry faster and that my project can be continued to get working on. Now that I've got my project cleaned off with the wet glue, I'm using a sharpie and I'm starting to apply some different lines and designs to my robot to make it more interesting and more fun to look at. So in my head, I'm challenging you to use some lines, to use some shapes, use some designs and creativity to create different art elements into your robot. This is kind of cool, making some control panels and just making your robot much more visually interesting. Patterns, lines, and shapes can be used in fun ways to give your robot much more life. Now, for our last and final step, when you've completed your Sharpie work, if you also notice any wet glue, please avoid the wet glue, go around the wet glue. Do not take your Sharpie and put it in the wet glue. It makes the Sharpies not work anymore. Okay, so the final step that's a lot of fun. I'm taking out my oil pastel and I'm adding lots of cool elements that could be created in for the background. You know, like where's your robot at? Is it in outer space, standing on the moon, or some other planet? Grab your oil pastels and go ahead and get creative designing your background for your robot.